Hey, people of the internet, I hope you're doing fine. I'm also fine. And thank you for 407 subscribers. Today, I'd like to shout out to Veronica Atkins for subscribing to this channel. Thank you. And have you ever thought of why the rich people's business do succeed more and easier than normal people's business? Well, I've come to learn that most of their business do well because one, they already have other things they are managing, so they have learned the art of running the business. They have already learned how to run the business and manage it effectively. Whereas the normal people, most of them do not have how of running a business, and if they do, most of them only have it in theory. Like, for example, just going to school and that you've mastered it is not enough, because even after going to school there is a lot needed.
Practical part
is so important. Two is because they already have the money, unlike the normal people where we are expecting or surviving on what we are getting to keep running the business, whereas the rich already have money and they have work on credit for a while because they already have money. But then you see that most normal people only have enough to take them till end month, and so if they get a job that will take them maybe 2-3 months, they might not take it up because they will not have enough capital. Whereas the rich will just take up the job because they have enough capital in such a way that even if the money was late or the salary was late, then they will still have enough to work on the job or even take up other jobs. Another one is because most of these rich people are not very attached. Have you thought of it why these rich people have experts handling their money? They have experts all over taking care of their jobs, because they know that they're not supposed to be so attached to the business for it to give. They're not supposed to be so attached to the business to give it space to grow, because whereas as the normal people get too attached to the business, like, hey, this is my baby, I need to look after it as if it's my kid. Like, you see the way you look after your kid, and you are worried that this kid will fall. You don't want the kid to fall and get hurt or just anything. That's the way we take our businesses, and we are like, I've suffered with this business, so I will just take care of it as if it's my baby. And we don't know when to let go. We don't know when to let others come in. And something I've learned recently is there is no way you can see the flow if you are still around your business, unless somebody else who is not attached to this business, who is not emotionally attached, unless they tell you, hey, you're not doing the right thing here, maybe you need to do better here. Unless you have somebody who is not attached, you yourself might not see the problem. And that's why the rich pay experts to do the job on their behalf, because they know unless I separate myself from the business, then there is no way that this business will grow. I hope I make sense. Like, let's say, for example, Equity Group. Before, I want to believe that it was at the verge of breaking some time back. Before, they let people outside their circle take care of it. And we have all seen that for a while, Equity Group has been doing very well since the Mwangi. It has been doing really well. And I want to believe that's one of the biggest reasons normal people's businesses do take a lot of time to succeed, because most of the time we find ourselves mark timing at the same spot because we don't have the insight. Like, we are taking it like it's a personal thing, like the way you take care of we just take it as a personal thing, which should not be the case. okay, it's okay, you took care of it, it's okay, you suffered with it, but then at what point do I let go? And I feel like I'm at that point where I feel like I seriously need to let go for somebody else to come in and take care of it, because I'm so used to the customers, to a point that if they say, actually this month I'm not doing well, can you wait a little longer, maybe I'll pay after a certain month. And I know very well how tenants behave, and most of them, unless you talk with them well, unless you follow them up, most of them will run away with your money. And tenants do come and go, so unless you're so keen, they will always go with your money. Something else I feel like makes the rich people's business succeed more than normal people is because of networking. I feel like from a young age, the rich teach their children to be in the right circles. Them themselves do value networking a lot. For example, I have a friend, Haida Antonio Duasi. He's the CEO at Stavia Cleaning Company, which is located and doing a very good job in Kisumu. Oh, we were talking with him and he told me, the reason I got into golf club is because of the networking. And before I used to wonder, why pay that much to just join a game, to just go play a game? And he told me, no, most of these things, you get into them because of the network. And just generally, knowing the right place, getting to the right people, as in the network helps a lot in building businesses. Just know the right place to be in. That way, you are assured of more growth than when you are in the wrong place. So, I want to believe that the rich do succeed in their businesses because they are so networked. And you see, some people might give you jobs because you are in the same social circle. Some people will refer you because they know you, which is the case by the in most cases. I will refer you because I know your job, or because I know you and I know that you are capable. Because if we hang out, let's say for example, if you are somebody who can pay for golf, then it means that you are okay. It means that you also have the finances to do the job and you'll not let me down, even if you're not okay financially. But then this person will... I want to believe the rich people's businesses do succeed in most cases than the normal people because they value knowledge. These people keep reading, whether they are reading books, whether they are reading magazines, whether they are reading... You see, they are reading the right materials. Like, let me ask you, when was the last time you read a book about business? When was the last time you read a book about tenders? When was the last time you even read about how to run a business or how to make profits and all that? When did you even take a look at the magazines? Most of us say that magazines are for the old. But then, these are the same places that you find the tenders. These are the same places that they will advertise those tenders. They will advertise those jobs. Yet, we never take a look at them. Where the rich have mastered it, have mastered the techniques, and they know that maybe this magazine talks about this, and I don't have to buy the physical thing. I can always pay for an online magazine which is sent to me every day, which is even more cheaper. But for us, or for the normal people, believing, see, I went to school, see, I've graduated, see, life is the best teacher. Like, we live a day at a time. We don't work on our mental health. We don't work on our knowledge. We don't work on a lot, which brings out the difference between the rich and the normal people, even in business. Because unless you learn how to negotiate, then you might not negotiate well. Unless you learn how to run a business and make profits, you might take too long to learn in theory. So sometimes even reading these books and understanding what people are going through helps a lot. It's something I'm still working on myself. The rich, most of the time, have their business succeeding because they know when is the right time to do a certain investment, when is the right time to take on a certain job, and at what point do I refuse certain jobs, or should I even take up this job to begin with. Whereas the normal people, as long as it's a customer, as long as it's bringing money, then we want to rush and take up the job. That way, they will never learn, they will never know our worth. That way, we never make a name for ourselves. Whereas the rich, because they have already made the name for themselves, most of them will take up some jobs and others will not take up some jobs because they know this job will ruin my reputation. If I take up this job, then I might be doomed. That way, they have the power to say no to certain jobs unless you meet our standards, and because they are assured of their quality standards. I'm not saying that the normal people don't have quality standards. No, most of them do have quality standards. But then, at what point do you say that, no, I cannot take up this job? Most of us are afraid that if I say I cannot take up this job, then I might not get another job. I might not get the experience. I might not get the money. I might not pay the bills and all that. Whereas the rich is not so much worried about the money like quality. Because they know if they offer quality, then they will also charge well. And they will also get more from it. Because they know cheap is expensive. Whereas the normal people just want to be in business to survive. I hope that made sense. Kindly comment below. Let me know some of the things you feel like make the rich people's businesses succeed more or faster than the normal people's businesses. Just don't misquote me. I know that even the normal people's businesses do succeed, and I have hope, I have faith that I will also succeed. But then the rich have their businesses succeeding more faster than the normal people, mostly because of resources and other things that we've talked about. I hope this video was beneficial. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I am so grateful. I feel loved. And also for the many views these days, for the likes, for the shares, for the comments. I really appreciate you. If you are watching this video and maybe a thing or two hit you and you'd like to be notified every time I post a video, kindly hit that subscribe button. It's the one written subscribe. You just hit it. It will say subscribed. Also, hit on that bell you see there. That one is for you to be notified every time I post a new video. Till next time, bye. Hope that made sense. If you've not subscribed, kindly do so.